And it reads, "Since then you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. Because of these things, the wrath of God is coming.
Oh my.
You used to walk in these ways in the life you once lived, but now you must rid yourself of all these things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, the filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices, and you have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of its creator. Here there is no Greek or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and is in all.
Come on.
Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievance you may have against one another. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And all over these virtues put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom. And as you sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts to God. Whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Wives, submit to your husband as it is fitting in the Lord. Husband, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. Fathers, do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged. Slaves, obey your earthly master in everything, and do it not only when their eye is on you, to win their favor, but with sincerity of heart and reverence for the Lord. Whatever you do, work it all with your heart as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. Anyone who does wrong will be repaid for his wrong, and there is no favoritism.
Well,
and I want to go down to one more. The first verse in chapter 4. Masters, provide your slaves with what is right and fair, because you know that you also have a master in heaven. You also know that you also have a master in heaven. All right. You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. Okay.
Glory.
This is not my title. It's actually a title of it that's in my book. It's called "The Rules for Holy Living." And I'm gonna start over at verse 1 again. Verse 1 to 3. Since then you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God.
Yes.
Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things.
Come on.
What that basically is saying is we have to get out of the mindset of chasing all these materialistic things in the world, chasing man and not God.
Wow.
I heard a pastor, I don't remember who it was, they said that it's no such thing as a self-made millionaire because someone has to buy your product. Not only does someone has to buy your product, they have to give you that idea for the product. And they have to put you in the right place to get the materials for the product. So that's basically saying you're in this, you died with Christ through baptism. And when you came up out the water, you were raised with Christ again. So your mindset should be at the right hand of God. Not at the right hand of the liquor store. Not at the right hand of the shoe designer. Nowadays, what people are doing, when Jordans come out on a Saturday, these guys, they're getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning, standing in line 8 hours, probably longer, just to get told either we sold out or we ain't got your size. Now, when I think of that, it's like, it's crazy that you don't see a line for church like that. Half those people that's getting up to worship man, they're worshiping this man-made person. No, this God-made person, but we don't know if he's acknowledging God, but we're all into his things. I speak as a guilty, but I don't get in line for him. But I got on a pair of his flip-flops right now, Jordan. We're all into his mix where we stand up 8 hours in line, sleeping. Some of us just getting off work. Some of us taking off work just to get gym shoes. But will we take that same time out to stand in line for church? Or to stand in line to get to heaven? Would you stand in line to try to get to heaven if you knew that when you got there it was a chance that you wouldn't get in, or it was a chance that the seats were sold out? Would you stand there?
I'm so glad.
Or would you just say, I'm not going to waste my time trying to go there because it might not be no room for me when I get there? We have to get our minds out of this world.